How you doing, guys? Taking a bit of a breather from the long weekend I've just had, where I have been doing a bit of work, but I've also been socialising, been relaxing, and it makes me mindful of a slogan that you will see quite a bit around the Blam universe. In fact, just had some really cool pens done with the slogan on, and the slogan is "Work like a maniac." Now, a lot of people would look at my work ethic and think that I work like a maniac, particularly those that have got one, for want of a better word, a normal job, people that aren't entrepreneurial. But working like a maniac, the reason we use that slogan in Blam a lot is because when you are super motivated, when you're hell-bent on success, when you are just focused on your goals, working like a maniac just seems normal. I work like a maniac compared to some people. Compared to others, I'm lazy. Compared to super successful people that I've met in the past who are super productive, I'm a shadow of their productivity. Because we can train ourselves to work like maniacs by being effective and efficient and building habits. And when we get more done, quicker, more effectively, we can achieve success so much quicker, and we can apply ourselves to so many more things. So the slogan, "Work like a maniac," is one that I hold really dear to, and you will see it on a lot of the promo stuff that we do. We've got caps with it on, we've got t-shirts. Because if you want to be a super successful entrepreneur, you will have to work like a maniac, no question. Certainly by the standards that you hold right now. If you're a startup, you might think you've worked hard in the past, but I promise you, if you want to be super successful in business, you're going to have to work harder than you have ever worked before, and then keep doing it until it doesn't feel that hard anymore. For me, the hours that I work and the amount that I work doesn't actually feel that hard anymore. And yet, some people would think that it was an unreasonable amount of time that I put into my business. But I do love it. Now, way back when I first started my business, I worked like a maniac because, I funded my business personally, and I had 6 months worth of revenue, or rather cash flow, before, if it didn't work out, I was going to have to go and get a job. And that was absolutely the worst thing I could imagine, going and getting a job after having all my dreams put in front of me about running a business. But that amount of work that I put in, obviously I made it successful, and I had motivations like I didn't want to get a job, plus just found out my wife was pregnant with our first child, and I wanted success desperately. So I did work like a maniac for a long period of time, for many years, to the extreme where it did make me ill. I did burn out. I did experience that whole thing where your body just can't do it anymore, and you run out of juice and you get ill. I did have that. I found my limits. But my experience is that most super successful people have been through that, because being successful is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. And if you do not work like a maniac, your chances of success are minimal. When you build up the work ethic, when it starts to become easy, when working like a maniac becomes a habit, and you start other businesses, then it gets much easier. But working like a maniac, that phrase, that slogan that we use, is there to tell you, if you're a startup, running a business is really, really tough. Doesn't mean it's not worth it. Out the other side, it's awesome. But you gotta work like a maniac. If you want more stuff like this, check out Blam TV. Have a look at blampartners.com. Work like a maniac.